Hello and welcome to Journeys in Transformation Analytics. This is Amaresh Tripathy. I run the analytics business at Genpact. And today with me, I have Snehal Desai, who is the Vice President of Augmented Intelligence at Cardinal Health, a $150 billion enterprise, deep in a data transformation journey, which Snehal has been guiding for past 18 months or so. So Snehal, welcome.
Thank you, Amrish. Glad to be here.
Perfect. Snell, first, thank you so much for all that you're doing during the pandemic stages for all the vaccine distribution. So we are betting our 2021 on you guys.
Thank you. And you are part of the problem solving with us, as you know, Amrish. So,
Absolutely, we are in the true partnership. Snell, we started talking about just kind of sharing with your peers just kind of the journey of the data analytics transformation, and we talked about culture in the first episode. Today I want to kind of take you to the point of speed, right? And I'll tell you, I'll just contrast you. I mean, I've had some clients who tell me, I went to my senior leadership and they wanted to understand where is my AI, right? Or I want to become an Amazon like now, like how do I go about doing that? You have some very interesting around speed. So tell me, like how should, as if you're embarking on this journey, how should you think about how fast, how slow, which order, and the sequencing of a transformation like this?
oh, that's a great question, Amrish. And this is one that I have struggled with myself. When senior leaders want results, they want it with speed. But one thing that I have come to realize after 18 months in this role is you have to balance speed with patience also. And what I mean by that is to create a sustainable kind of data and analytics transformation. On one hand, you have to move with speed and create new solutions, experiment new ways of working, creating and invalidating hypotheses that can be then turned into algorithms. But at the same time, you have to have a patience. So we are a $150 billion company. We are celebrating our 50 years in January of 2021. As I say, Rome wasn't built in a day. It won't get cleaned in a day. You need to have patience at the same time to allow for certain culture change, as we talked about in the last, as well as creating investments in platforms and data governance and others. And that contrast between speed to create new solutions has to be balanced with the patience to create sustainable kind of transformation.
So you started on the journey 18 months ago. Did you commit to, like, what speed how did you decide, like, okay, I'm going to do this in 3 months? Or, by the way, did you set the expectation, listen, this is a 5-year journey and we are going to do it in, like, every year we will do some releases? Like, how did you think about, how did you approach that problem, and what expectations did you set, and any learnings from that?
No, that's a great kind of follow-up question, Amrish. To balance both speed and patience, you need to have clear kind of guideposts and metrics, as you mentioned, right? And so when we started on our journey, we basically said in the first year, we will have 15 to 30 kind of automation bots in production.
Got it.
We will go experiment with 5 to 10 hypotheses, and we would put one algorithm into production that basically can provide price elasticity or optimization of our inventory or improve customer service and stuff. And then third, on the balance side, we basically we will start with one team to do operating model changes, and we will evolve to 5. And then at the end of 2 years, we will evolve to 10. And so we have tried to stay true to that kind of guidepost or North Star in terms of having clear guideposts every 6-month increments, how many number of bots, the complexity and the sophistication of those intelligent automation, and then how much experimentation and algorithms will be put into production.
And how did you deal? I mean, so that's the plan you gave, but I'm sure from time to time you get the pressure of, listen, how do we speed it up? Do you need more resources, or do you need? I mean, like, how do you kind of balance kind of the pressure that you get on a day-to-day basis to say, okay, move fast? I mean, how do you drive the patience part of it? I get the speed part of it. How do you drive the patience part of it?
And I think that that ties back to kind of focusing on changing the culture and communicating and marketing this, right?
I see.
I would say in the last 18 months, we have been very good in the automation and intelligent automation space that combines analytics and automation. We are still in our early stages of doing scaled AI, as I would like to call it. And that would be not something that I'm proud of in saying we haven't succeeded, but it's a journey as we
Right.
started first talking about. And so I would say to balance the speed with patience, you have to leverage consistency in communication, influencing, marketing, both the successes as well as the failures that you have had in this journey.
And there's a lot of companies who actually like get aligned top down. They are very excited about it, and to be candid, they throw in a lot of dollars behind it, a lot of resources behind it. Do you think, uh, kind of, and whether we call it the Big Bang approach or whichever way approach you say, the way you are laying out, because there is almost like speed and like some patience is necessary because you need to build the culture during that time. So are you saying that having a lot more resources won't really let you move faster, or is like how do you find that right balance? Like, because obviously if you don't put in the resources, you won't make progress. But like how do you balance that?
Yeah, no, great follow-up question, Amrish. Right, I think my CEO and CFOs have asked this question. Like when you deliver 2 or 3 success, they would say, "Can I give you more money, or can I
Yes.
release more resources, and will you be able to get me 20 or 30 more?"
Yes.
And 9 out of 10 times a technologist would say, "Yeah, if I have more money, I can just go do it."
Yeah.
And after 18 months, I'll tell you, Amrish, that is not true in the data and analytics. Right, I call it, I can build the algorithms, but if the buy-in is not there for senior leadership to allow the algorithm to make the decision, that algorithm is going to sit on the shelf. And so just getting more people and funding to build the solution, and if the solution is now going to sit on the shelf, is not going to kind of help. Hence, I say you need to move with speed, but at the same time balance it with patience and invest in the changing the culture.
It probably is. On the other hand, it could be actually counterproductive because people
Yes.
will start seeing ROI and and that never leads to good things. So interesting. So it's this whole notion around that there is an optimal speed to do that. And I know, I mean, does that, just your experience, because you have kind of done this in multiple organizations, does that change from organization to organization? Like how much change that an organization can take on data analytics at any, like, is that like, does the starting point of the culture matter? Is basically what I'm trying to say.
And yes, absolutely. Right. If there's a burning platform, or if your company is back against the wall in this day and age, as they say, Amazon is in everybody's business. If they
Right.
are your competitor, competitive threat can make companies change culture much faster.
I see.
Second, I have also seen if groundswell, there is some good work that's getting done, and you have a proponent of those techniques. I have seen a single leader can bring about a change in a very stable company also, because they start using the power of communication and influence and marketing, which then influences the culture. So I've seen one of those 2 ways, getting you to be less patient and increase your speed quotient to move the transformation.
Very, very, very insightful. Very insightful. Say, like, I love, like, because it's a very the pragmatic approach. Because many times we normally go and talk about these topics in like in a very strategic way, not in a very tactical, pragmatic way. And I love your insights from that. But thank you so much for coming and sharing those insights. And we'll continue the discussion in the next episode.
Thank you, Amrish.